All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. Family, we got some file on Patreon uploaded just yesterday. I want you to get over there and get that work. We got some, we dealing with the ancient Hindu Kush, how African people took much of the science over to the Hindu Kush. You need to get over there, get that work. We got exclusive membership video for General SETI, Sarah Soon SETI YouTube page up there right now. If you're a member, get over there, get that work. Make sure you get over there to kingseti.com, official General SETI products, online marketplace. That's right. We got t-shirts, hoodies, DVDs, African and Kemetic necklaces, kingseti.com. And make sure you get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment, family. Let's do this. Let's jump right off into it. How the United States government finessed and stole 19 million acres, 19 million acres of land from black people. You see, which is so critical because we don't know the power of land. We don't know the power of land. You see what I'm saying? We don't know. That's why it's so easy for them, and we ain't got on these Neanderthals' head about our land. We ain't got on them. You see, that's a part of the reparations, goddamn, as much or even more. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we need the land. We need the money. We need the land. Most definitely. You understand? That's most definitely going to separate us from a whole lot of people. You see? We talking about immigrants and shit coming into the United States. If you goddamn 20 million acres of land, you far above and beyond a whole lot of people. You see, black power to all our family out there. Black power to our family out there. One love, brother. One black love. You feel what I'm saying? And you see, but we don't talk about it. Now I got some information that I want to drop. You see, that talks about it. You see, that talks about all the land that has been stolen from our people. You see, in the last 50 about 70 years. About 70 years they've been finessing us out of our damn land. You see. And but we got the information right there. It says, okay. Okay, I don't think this is the particular one I wanted. That's not the one. It must be right here. Here you go. Here you go right here. Here you go right here, I believe. Let me get it right and move it up. You see, okay. So we talking about in the early 1900s, Black Americans owned a significant amount of land, but it was still only a fraction of what had been promised or earned through generations of labor. You see, so it was earned. It wasn't nothing that because they ain't gave you shit. If they would have gave you, you wouldn't still be asked for a reparation. So for people to talk about our people was over here and they was lazy, motherfucker don't know what they talking about. Our people worked up on 20 million acres of land because they wasn't given a damn thing. You see, so we talking about the post-Civil War to early 1900s, 1865 to 1910. Okay, so after emancipation, 1865, newly freed Black Americans owned virtually no land. Less than 0.5% of farmland in the South. So we didn't have none. Most had been formerly enslaved and denied access to property through slavery and restrictive laws. Okay, so you couldn't even. But by 1900, you talking about less than 35 years. Man, whoa, 35 years. What was going on in that 35 years? Because that was dynamic. That was dynamic. You see what I'm saying? You talking about from 1865 to 1900, 35 years. Black Americans owned about 12 to 15 million acres of land. So, our people was on the move at that time. You see, motherfucker got all this technology, all they supposed to be so motherfucking advanced today, motherfucker ain't got nothing. And got $2 trillion. And here our ancestors came off, you understand, nothing but the rags on their back. And within 35 years, they had 12 to 15 million acres of land with rags and tags on their damn back. 12 to 15 million. Here niggas got $2 trillion goddamn dollars. $2 trillion dollars. And they ain't got shit. They say you barely got 2 million. They say about 2 million here and there, if that's right. Make that make sense. I can't understand that. You see, I can't understand that. You say it was already ours and they stole it. Okay, that's true. Okay, we could deal with that. And if that's the case, then goddamn it, why we ain't taking it back? You see, that's right. You see, but most of the people think in the confines of America, and so we understand that. That's understandable. That's right and exact. You see, that's right and exact. But even they was on their way to getting it goddamn back. You see what I'm saying? Partial by partial. You see what I'm saying? So, unless you're going to just go buck wild and take the motherfucking land, what you going to do? Because you only got two choices. You going to beg them to get, which he ain't going to do. And our ancestors didn't beg because they had all type of restrictive laws. And so they worked for their land. Yeah, it was theirs before, but goddamn it, when they say, let's make a comeback. Okay, so on the way to making a comeback, they bought 12 to 15 million acres of land. You see, making a comeback. What we doing today? What's going on out there? Make this shit make sense. You got $2 trillion, goddamn it, dollars, and you ain't got but 2 million acres. And I don't know if that's correct or not, but you got $2 trillion and you only got 2 million acres here within a 35-year period from 1865 to 1900. An explosion, an economic explosion in Black America, where they went from virtually no land to almost 15 million acres. They represented roughly 14% of all Black farmers being landowners. The rest worked as sharecroppers or tenants. Most of this land was in the South, especially in the states like Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Texas. By 1910, so you're talking about even, from that period, 1910, they didn't tack about 4 more million acres on, up to about from 16 to 19 million square acres. Okay, so by 1910, Black ownership peaked around 16 to 19 million acres held by approximately 218,000 Black farm families. Okay, about 218,000 Black farm families. This was the highest point of Black agricultural independence in U.S. history. 1910. Here it is, our family ain't had nothing. They out here working their hands and shit, backs and to the bone and shit to get what they got. You see what I'm saying? And so they understood it was theirs. But what the fuck you gonna do? Either you gonna boss up or you ain't gonna boss up. If we're gonna get to it, get to it. Because we got to get the land. So what we gonna do? You see what I'm saying? What we gonna do? Talk about his eyes and beg the motherfucker to give it back. What you gonna do? You only got 2 motherfucking options. Take your resources that you got and try to get something out of it, but you don't know he's still in power. He can take your shit again. You worked for it the first time. You put your dollars down the first time. You bought it the first time. So if you put it down, what's stopping him from doing it again? Okay, what's stopping him from doing it again? I'm just trying to ask these critical questions out there. Is you with me? They took it. That's right. That's right. I like that. That's what they did. Some of them finessed it. They did the slick little shit. They did some slick shit too. Most of them took it, but they finessed it. You see what I'm saying? But they took it. You see what I'm saying? They took it. You know, when you finesse somebody, you know what I'm saying? You know, and they thinking they doing the right thing. They took it. That's true. You see what I'm saying? You know, I had no problem with using that because that's what they did. They took it. Okay, clearly that's exactly what they did. But you know, again, so if they took it and we worked for it the first time and we put our dollars down for the first time, what's stopping them from doing it again? Is anybody out there got an answer for that? Is anybody got an answer for that? Because a lot of people don't, you know, yeah, you know, a lot of people don't, you know, they don't want to talk about that. This is the same man. This is his descendants. You see? Yeah. They're doing some slick shit, you know, because our people didn't understand all putting, you know, the land under 100 motherfuckers' names and shit. Inherit, you know, where you got so many inheritors and all you need is 2 or 3 motherfuckers to sell to force the whole group to sell. You see, and they give a motherfucker dirt prices for the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Give a motherfucker dirt prices. Yeah, they finessed it. Yeah, I seen one of the documentaries on how they still doing it to this day. They still doing it to this day. They still doing it to this day. I seen a guy, I don't know what, and he questioned the motherfucker. And the white boy sat him down and showed him how he been doing it. And yeah, been doing it. It ain't just, yeah. So of course, you know, but you know, we have to talk about that. That's critical. That's critical. Because we understand what's above the ground, what's below the ground. You got timber, you got trees, you got fruit. You see, you got vegetation, you got agriculture. You see, you got animals on the land. You see, that's your, you know, you got animals on the land. When you got land, you got animals. You see, you got animals, you got trees got fruit, got all type of sap, you got all type of herbs on the land that you could use for medicine. You see, you got food, you can grow your food in the ground, you got resources in the ground that could be sold, whether it's oil, whether it's precious stones and precious minerals and shit that could be sold, gold, diamonds, whatever it is, oil, whatever it is. So land is the key. Land is the damn key. So if you ain't got no land, what you got, nigga? You ain't free without no land. You ain't free without no land. You understand what I'm saying? That you could call your motherfucking own. You just ain't got it. So, they say context and decline despite these gangs, systematic racism, violence, discriminatory lending, and legal trickery. See, again, that legal trickery led to mass land loss afterwards. Despite these gangs, systematic racism, violence, that's the taking, where they took it, discriminatory lending, you see, giving you some shit, you understand what I'm saying, that you know you can't pay. You understand what I'm saying? Come and take the shit from you. You put a mortgage, you get a loan. Motherfucker come and come and get you and put the high motherfucking percentage on that motherfucker, and then as soon as you fall behind, motherfucker, they coming to get that shit. Fuck over your crop and shit. Send somebody out there to fuck your crop up. Send a man out there 2 weeks later to get his money. You ain't got the money. They taking the goddamn land. And legal trickery led to massive land loss afterwards. By 2000, Black Americans owned less than 2 million acres of farmland. A 90% decline. Damn, 90. You know, we ain't talking about 30. We ain't talking about 20. We ain't talking about nothing. We motherfucking 90. You done lost it all. I mean, god damn, you know, what we gonna do, family? You see, what we gonna do? So this is the man that did all of this to us now. This is the man that did all of this to us and still doing it to this motherfucking day. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't a motherfucking thing changed. What we gonna get out of this man? What he gonna do for us? You understand? And if we get anything, how do we expect that they ain't gonna do what they've been doing and get it back, try to get it back from us? Can we stop them from getting it, taking it back? Can we stop? You see what I'm saying? Raise your hand if you think we can stop them. Can we stop? You see what I'm saying? Without going buck wild on these motherfuckers. You see, can you stop them? Do you have any power to stop them? Can anybody be truthful out there? Do you got the power to stop? If they gave you anything, motherfucker, if you worked and took your own money, $2 trillion, could you truly defend it? If they, and they don't work, no goddamn, because they doing the same thing. When you talk about legal trickery, ain't that what they doing in the Supreme Court right now? The Republicans can put all the justices in the Supreme Court, and they back him on damn near everything. Ain't that legal trickery? So if he say it's ours and this, that, and the third, it's the government's, and that land belongs to the government, and the Supreme Court backing, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Discriminatory lending. Now they ain't even giving you no goddamn loan. So that's discriminatory lending right there. They say black farmers say they don't even want to give them no loan. Violence and shit. They come and beat you and take you off your land, burn you out of there, tell you if your ass ain't up off this land, by the time we come, but we killing all, we lynching you. Your family, anybody here, we lynching. You see? I mean, this is still here. So what are we gonna do, family? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? So, yeah. Yeah, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Any of that, we talking about, AI smart city, goodbye. What you mean by that? Goodbye. They say they taking it. That what you saying? NYC, they taking what you saying? AI smart cities. Break that down for me. When you say goodbye Nigeria, RIP Africa, RIP NYC, and so everything else is safe. Everybody, what is everybody else doing that's different than any of them? Nigeria, Africa, NYC. What is anybody else doing different? Can you explain that to me? Work that out for me, so I understand where you're coming from. Work it out. Tell me, show me what is everybody else safe? Everybody else safe. Everybody else doing something different, right? Explain that to me so I know what you talk about. Yeah, work that out for me, family. But anyway, so Malcolm X always told us that land is the basis of independence. Is that right? Land is the basis of independence. You ain't got no land, you ain't got no independence. How you gonna be free? How you gonna have any? I mean, that's critical in the world. You understand? You can manufacture immediately at that point. When you got land, you got animals, you got trees, you got lumber, you got fruit trees, you got fruit, you got land, you can grow food, you got oil up under the land, you got precious minerals, you got lakes. If you got lakes and rivers on the land, that means you got fish, you got, so you got all of that. You got all of that. So, that's what come with land. That's greater than any goddamn thing. That's greater than the paper money. Yes, you need money to goddamn, but once you can get it, but see, they ain't gonna give you no loans. You see, you can get some goddamn loans and get the machinery and get all the shit you need, and you're off to the running. That's why a lot of people, yeah, you can keep unwanted beings in our own. I don't understand that one right there, bro. You're gonna have to help me with that. When you say you can keep unwanted, what does that mean? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Break it down for me. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch up right quick. Break that down for me and make me understand what that is. And to AI smart city, you ain't saying nothing. That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's true. That's right. Of course. Yeah, that's right, family. You broke that down like white cops. Of course, yeah. Agree. I agree with you 100%. Okay, the link to Boko Haram and Wall Street hedge fund millionaires will relocate to Dallas, Texas to ran over in the spring 20s. Yeah, okay. 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 Yeah, okay. I've been on them over there. I've been on them for a long time over there. But Negroes is caught up into Islam so much they don't want to hear nothing about that. You see what I'm saying? They so in love with anything that the Muslim and the Arab do that they just they give them a free reign to do and pillage and purge any part of the planet, and if it's under the guise of expanding Islam, it's all worth it. That's how these niggas think out there. You see, but anyway, so it's critical out here that we have to understand that we got to get us some land. And we're gonna have to we're gonna have to yeah, it is unfortunate, but you know what? Shit gonna change. You can believe that. Don't think that it's gonna change. It's gonna change. It got to start here first. You see what I'm saying? And motherfucker, everybody is not like, and even then people wasn't content. But see, that's why shit is happening like it's happening on the planet right now. Because they know a lot of people is disgruntled now. You see what I'm saying? And they don't know when this shit can go haywire. You see what I'm saying? So everybody not going. We ain't walking on no boats today. You understand? We're gonna have to deal with this shit right where we at. You see, we're gonna have to work this shit out on the ground. We're gonna have to work this shit out on the land. Ain't no more walking up on no boats today. You see what I'm saying? And they know that this is a new nigga. You see what I'm saying? This is a super improved nigga. And even though it's a lot of confusion, if you keep focusing on the confusion, you see what I'm saying? And maybe that's a tactic. Maybe that's a tactic that might be necessary. But I don't believe you have to educate people. You see what I'm saying? You keep focusing on these clowns and shit, and you're not focusing on the family. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't buying this shit. You see, you're not giving them no shout out so people can see some, those that ain't going for the dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? There's a rising above the dumb shit. That's what we need to get them some media. You understand what I'm saying? We need to get them some media like, yeah, this is who you shouldn't fuck with, but look at family right here doing a wonderful job and shit. You know what I'm saying? Uplifting our people in any way that they can. They need some media out there. Shine some light on our peoples out here doing a good work sometime and quit, you know what I'm saying? And quit making the world, see us as if we all goddamn buffoons. That nobody is doing a good work. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all. Make sure you get over there to Patreon. The link is right there at the top of the chat. We got to get some land by any means necessary. We got to get independence. We got to get us some land. We got to become producers and manufacturers once again. And all this getting, we're going to have to get us some goddamn guns. You see what I'm saying? And some armories and some artillery to protect that shit, because that's the only way it's going to happen. This is General Cyrus SETI saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black power.